And we are back at Battle Ready Games, playing a game of A Song of Ice and Fire. We're getting ready for the Great Canadian Open, the GCO, which is only about 2.5 weeks away. We're playing a Dance of Dragons, and we're playing Martells versus Brotherhood. These are the factions that we're going to bring to the event. I'm the TO, of course. I'm only playing if we will have an odd number of players. So over on Jay's side, we've got a stand-in for Oberyn Martell in Blackguard. We've got the High Hermit Sentinel in Skirmishers. We've got Harmon and Edric in War Skirmishers. And we've got the Spearlord in Skyreach Bowman. For NCUs, we've got Doran and Tycho and Ariane. A lot of power there. Tayin, my bad. Tayin, Tycho, and Doran, which gives us 6 zones. And on my side, because we're running against multiple activations, we're going to be running our Thoros list because we have Caitlyn and CU. So speaking of which, we've got Commander Thoros and Edric in Highgarden Pikeman. We've got Hot Pie in Bowman. We've got Peasants with Tom Seven Strings. We've got Gendry with Stormcrow Mercenaries. And we've got Fortune Seeker with the Sworn Knights. My NCUs are Ravella, Varys, and Caitlyn Stark. She's going to let me hate on the Bolton unit over there. We are playing a Dance of Dragons, as mentioned. For objectives, we've got Sundering, we've got Heist Dice, and we've got Vicious, so they're all pretty useless. And for terrain, I won the dice off. I put a Werewood Tree here. Again, he's got way more shooting than I do. I just want a clear board to engage him. So Jay countered with a Palisade. I put down another Werewood. And then I'm a little surprised Jay put down a third Werewood over there. So the table's mostly open, good morale. And we'll see how that goes. So round 1 is coming up. See you soon. End of round 1. So Jay played Sand Diplomacy, which kind of messed up the standard play pattern of Envelope and Horse. I took the Water Garden first to force an on-field activation, so I could take the horse afterwards. Otherwise, nothing much happened. Jay's first activation on the board coming from Water Gardens was here. And then I reacted with this kind of going this way. What I was really worried about was them getting a cunning ploy to march forward and then charge these guys. So I kind of stayed a little bit back until he activated. So not much really happened overall. They pushed forward, he pushed forward. This side here, I thought I would contest the objective that I thought the archers were going to take. Of course, with knights here, the archers didn't want to grab the objective anymore in the open, so they turned around and went that way. They're still here to guard it, of course, so we'll see how that goes. On this side, we got some spice. So on this side, I thought that they were going to redeploy that way because they have the High Hermit Sentinel. They did not. They came forward and they stayed out of my archer range. I decided to grab the objective. I know Jay goes first. Even if I deceitfully reposition backwards, I'm still going to be range of his wombo combo. But then it pulls him closer to my side and potentially charge from Thoros. So we'll see how that plays because they're kind of on their own right now. If they engage, I might be able to kill them, but we're going to find out. So it's no points even though I control the objective. Round 2 coming up. End of round 2. So we had some action. What ended up happening was I started the round by shifting backwards 2, and then Jay took the Water Garden to make me activate again on the board. I shifted back 2 again, or I maneuvered back 2 again. He then took the envelope, I took the horse, so they moved 6 inches backwards before they could really get threatened, and importantly, put them outside of their scout openings range. So I think Jay decided it wasn't worth coming forward with Thoros sitting right here. On this side here, this could be a game-losing mistake. Because I owned one objective and I knew Jay would take the middle, I took this one with my knights, which slows them down dramatically. But they do shift 2, so they maybe get into the game. We'll find out. Other things that was cool was they used Cunning Ploy over here. So they don't take a wound from Caitlyn, but more importantly, it pushed Oberyn up. It forced me to pivot Thoros in a way where he couldn't get charged. He then charged into the peasants, dealt 5 damage. With the Ravella token in a bag, I was able to heal them up. So now they're healthy again, but I've used some resources to stay neutral. So I'm leading 2-1. But it is precarious for me because if I decide to engage here, he didn't drop the poison on the peasants, of course. If I engage into here, it puts me in shooting range of all this stuff is here as well. So I'm just trying to keep away, I think. We'll see if I can do that. Round 3 coming up. All right, end of 3. Brotherhood 4, Martell's 2 for now. Tail the tape. Start of the round, I went first. and I tried to take a shot with the archers into his guys. He played intercept orders. I used Ravella on the sword, so she's now going to die eventually. It was a tough choice between Ravella, who gives me more heals, and Varys. Varys had not used any tokens yet, so I felt like it was probably better to use Ravella. Anyway, she's now going to die. He intercepted orders, so I couldn't shoot. Instead, I broke the palisade with the Stormcrow Mercs. At the end of the day, what happened was I charged into here with these guys, dealt a wound, and essentially I was setting up a big combo charge because they have gang up. I was setting up a combo charge with the Stormcrow Mercs and with Thoros. Jay didn't like that. He retreated out the horse, and he put himself in a position where he could maybe charge Thoros. I then very shifted to the side to block the front. He activated then, spun in such a way that I could not charge anymore. So we're both using our own trades to charge block, which is pretty fun. These guys then came over and shot these guys, did a bunch of damage. I used a bunch of tricks to heal them up, essentially. They needed a 3-up charge. They failed, unfortunately, but not a big deal. They moved up forward to try and get into a flank position. They went around early on when I took the Water Garden. And then as a last round play, Jay pushed hard here, so now these guys are in danger of being attacked and maybe losing the token. So we both used resources. I've lost Ravella, Varys is down to 1 token, he's used both pass tokens. Tycho's not been blown yet, but as I told Jay in the beginning of the game, I don't think I can outfight him. I have to try and out-scenario him. I'm doing that right now, but now we're close, now we're engaged. We'll see how round 4 goes. Round 4 coming up. End of 4, and we've got a spicy one. So essentially what happened is Jay took the sword first, shot my archers, then he used a horse maneuver, shot them again. They stayed alive. It took their actual activation with a charge to kill them. He killed them, grabbed objective, moved backwards out of charge range of these guys, out of charge line of sight. In the middle, nothing crazy happened. Jay's just doing some really good positioning to prevent charges and double charges, so it's been kind of just a stalemate over here. These guys have slowly tried to work around, but they've not been able to get into combat. Again, while they're scoring points, it's also a piece that has not been attacking. In a perfect world, these may have swapped, and maybe I control the objective with this unit, and they get to be more aggressive. But it is what it is. Very last activation, something very clutch happened. Ravella, who's been poisoned, crown zapped these guys. They failed the panic test. He had unbent. He auto-passed, but then he targeted these guys with the -2 effect. I played Nuts to Hollow Hill, passed the morale test, canceled it, which meant he canceled the unbent, which means he does fail the panic test and drops token over here. So it is now the end of 4. It's 5-4. I've lost an activation, and I'm out of resources. No more tokens on anybody.
You lost 2 activations.
I've lost 2 activations. 2 activations?
1 NCU.
Oh, I've lost an NCU as well. Good call. So we'll see if I can maintain my minor lead through rounds 5 and 6. All right, end of round 5, and the tables are slowly turning for the Martells. So what happened of note was...
Smashed over here, took the objective.
So my guys activated, charged the flank of the Sand Skirmishers, killed a bunch, but more importantly took the objective, so I stole that. He retreated or something.
Popped Tycho and then retreated.
He popped Tycho, healed up, retreated, shot, did a bunch of damage. I then played Regroup Reform on the Peasants to heal them. He then did a really cool move where I think he... How did you get over here?
I retreated, but then I used Doran's thing to swing around.
Oh, okay, sounds good, sounds good. So he retreated into here, spun around, and then they charged in before they could get shot, and then they activated, shot the Peasants to death, scored him a point, made it 5-5. Over here, the Knights failed the 3-up charge. Unfortunately, could not get into the Sand Skirmishers, and that kind of made the game hard because now he was able to charge me, outrank me, steal the objective, and then Oberyn charged into their flank to tie them up so that I couldn't charge him first. Put the poison on. Resilience kept a few guys alive. But now it is 7-6 for Jay. It's entering round 6. My only hope is to steal the objective back and make it 7-7. Even then, it'll be a draw, and he'll win on points at the table. So it's looking pretty grim, but we'll see if we make it a draw and make it close. See you soon at end of round 6. All right, end of the game. What happened? Jay led. He took a shot with a sword into the flank, did a bunch of damage. I activated, fell back, but there's no escaping these guys and those guys again. He shot them to death, scored a point, brought him to 8. I got really lucky. I activated there. My last-ditch effort was to try and peel off a rank. They failed the panic test, which gave me the token. He activated, shot, didn't fail the panic test. So I only scored 2 points from here and here. He'll score 1. So it's 9-9, but Jay will win the tiebreaker because he's killed a bunch of stuff and I've killed nothing. So thoughts on the game? I think I had a game plan, but I think in hindsight, what I did wrong was the Knights. The Knights are a power piece. They're 9 points. They end up not doing much because they had the objective. In hindsight, I should stick to the plan of using the Peasants, who are a 4-point activation, to grab that flank objective, so I have more power to play around with. So I think that was my mistake. Anything you'd play differently, Jay, or any thoughts of how the game went?
I hate when you get up early, but you got up early.
I got up early.
I'm always chasing. I always feel like I'm chasing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Knights was a mistake at the end of the day. Otherwise, I'm okay with how the game went. You did catch my archers here. I thought I got away at one point, but there was no
Not
getting
with
away.
The 14-inch move.
The 14-inch move means that it was so crazy. So they came down, came this way, and now they're over here. Like, they did a huge loop of the table after 6 rounds of the game. But it was a good one, Jay. Thank you for the game, and we'll see you for a new one.